up, family? How y'all doing? It's your girl, your diva in knowledge. Lady Mocha represent Mocha's Cafe de Paris. So I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. I want to thank all of you so much for still being so supportive of my channel, my A1s. Those of you who recently subscribed, I welcome you to the family. And if this is your first time checking out any of my content, please make sure that you join. So again, if you already don't know how I operate, I am one of the very few Black female content creators that is very non-biased. I go in on Black men and Black women because I feel like all of us are a working progress. So nevertheless, y'all, I know the dollar store has a low supply shortage on Kleenex tissues because evidently a lot of people have been crying. They have been losing sleep. A lot of people have fell into a deep state of depression over the breakup of Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan. All of the male content creators have been dragging Lori Harvey through the mud. And you have a lot of the sisters who also been dragging the brothers who've been dragging Lori Harvey through the mud. So as you can see, y'all, everybody has their own conflictual emotions and perspectives on how they feel about the breakup between Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan. So for those of you who are not interested in celebrity bullcrap, Lori Harvey is the stepdaughter of comedian, radio show host, talk show host Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey has been married to Marjorie Harvey for a long, significant amount of time. And in fact, even though Marjorie has a history of being with drug dealers, and not only drug dealers, but men within the same family, she's been with two cousins. So she does definitely believe in keeping it in the family. She still was able to reform her Jezebel ways based off the strength that Steve Harvey was willing to look past her grimy history and wipe her up and still introduce her to the life of luxury. Not only was Marjorie blessed with the privilege of being able to enjoy the life of luxury, he was so in love with this woman, he also adopted her full-grown children. Um, so in the event something were to happen to him, he were to pass away, not only is Marjorie Harvey set for life, but also her grown children. So, honey, she really put it on him because very rarely you're going to get a grown-ass man that's going to adopt your kids when they are over the age of 15 years old and claim them as yours. So, honey, when I say she put it on him, she secured that bag not only for herself, but also for her children, okay? So, nevertheless, a lot of people have really been going in on Lori Harvey because, of course, she has a history of not picking the best type of dudes. She's been selecting guys that are pretty much known in the industry as industry pookies and Ray Rays. She's been with Trey Songz. She's been with Puff Daddy and Puff Daddy's son, Christian. She's also been with the rapper Future. You know, a lot of people really came at her when she got with Future because, you know, Future is known to be very fertile and he impregnates the majority of the women he dates, and, you know, he pretty much abandons them. He jumps ship after that. So a lot of people looked at her with the side eye when she got with Michael B. Jordan because everybody pretty much knows her history of the type of men she's chosen. So a lot of the men were shocked and women were shocked as well when Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan announced their relationship publicly. Now, Michael B. Jordan, on the other hand, also has not had a good reputation, more more so with Black women, because he's been seen in the spotlight and the public eye with non-colored women for the most part. So of course, this made a lot of sisters pretty much decapitate Michael B. Jordan, basically saying he has no interest in Black women. He's not feeling Black women. So because of that, he didn't have to, but he has a couple of times came out expressing himself giving his response as to not having just an attraction for non-colored women, that indeed he also has an attraction for black women as well. So I guess he felt the need to address this because he didn't want black women who potentially are his fans to, no longer support him based off the fact that he appears to only have an attraction to white women. So of course, when Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan got together, this was very refreshing to a lot of black women who doubted his attraction for black women. So this gave him some brownie points, with sisters in the industry. Like, okay, he is feeling some sisters. All right, when he got with Lori Harvey. Also, this disappointed a lot of the men in the industry due to the fact they felt as if Lori Harvey was for the streets. She had hit the wall. Again, based on her dating history, based on the type of men she's been seen within the public eye. Nevertheless, they did not allow what outsiders said or what others' opinions were to basically intervene with them being able to start a relationship together. So nevertheless, they were together, proud about it. He was all over her Instagram and vice versa. She was on his Instagram, and a lot of people was very surprised at how Michael was showing so much affection towards her and so much public affectionate display, because again, there was this assumption that he was not even really into black women like that. And a lot of the brothers felt as if he should have not dated sisters or women other than non-colored women. A lot of men kind of looked at him with the side eye and felt like Michael B. Jordan was simping. Like, okay, he's choosing black women now. Now he's downgrading. Now, you know what I'm saying? He's losing his integrity. Nevertheless, they dated for a year, and of course, when they broke up, it had ran through the social media blogs. Everybody ran with it. All of the brothers was, basically clowning him, saying, see, this is what happens when you're a high value man and you settle for a female that's been in the streets, that Jezebel or Jezebel, industry Jezebel or whatever. This is what happens. You play yourself or you get played. And you have, on the other hand, you have all these sisters that are celebrating Lori Harvey's departure from Michael B. Jordan, stating that, okay, she's a representation of black women, that you don't have to settle for a man just because other men see him as high value, or you're willing to test the waters and not be one of those women that are only trying to appease to men by being with the man that they feel you should settle for. So of course, everybody has their opinions about this whole ordeal. So I wanted to definitely give my own intake on this and what I felt was really going on. Because me being a woman, I understand that sometimes the decisions we make don't always necessarily be in our best interest, but at the same time, in some cases, they are in our best interest. So anyway, I wanted to give my intake on this. So again, a lot of people looked at Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan with the side eye when they went public with their relationship, because Michael B. Jordan has always been what many would consider a high value man. He's always been successful. He's starred in a lot of movies. He's been in Rocky, of course, Mr. The Wakanda movie, the Black Panther. Michael B. Jordan has really blossomed as far as his career as an actor. He's taken on a lot of significant roles, and it doesn't discredit, regardless of how people may feel about him as a person. You can't take away the fact that the man is very talented and he's very successful. Not only that is he talented and successful, Michael B. Jordan is very handsome. He's a well-cut man. He's in good shape, nice body, young. So I'm sure his stamina game is on point in the bedroom, we think. Not only that, he always has had a clean-cut reputation. You've never really heard about him in any scandals. You haven't seen women be able to post pictures of him lying in a bed snoring with drool coming out his mouth. He's always been a well reserved, put together type of guy who's always kind of handled his business. So um when people found out about the breakup, when it came to light, a lot of guys looked at Lori Harvey with the side eye, like the audacity. How does female of the streets, who's been with all of these, Pookies and Ray Rays of the industry? Because yes, contrary to what many of y'all don't want to believe, there are Pookies and Ray Rays who do exist in the industry. Just like you have Peaches and Nays who also exists in the industry. Okay, a Pookie and a Ray Ray is not just a drug boy who stands on the corner and 2-3 in the morning, trying to make a sale. You know what I mean? So Pookies and Ray Rays come on different levels, not just in the hood or in our local community. You have plenty of them in the industry. So all of these Pookies and Ray Rays that she has dated, her history with them, a lot of men are looking at her with the side eye. Like, really? You have the audacity. How you go from all of these, bottom of the barrel breeder guys, and here it is, you meet the successful high value man, and you pretty much shit on him. You pretty much, put it out there that you don't want him, you're not feeling him, and you're moving on even after he has, made the initiative to tell you that he wants to marry you. He could actually save you. And it's so much contradictory in the Black YouTube sector, because usually you have men that are rooting for men like Michael B. Jordan to run away from these type of women. But because it was Lori Harvey who ran away from Michael B. Jordan, everybody's looking at her like, who are you, to leave this high value man? Now, I'm sure if Michael B. Jordan left Lori Harvey, nobody wouldn't have made it that big of an issue. They would have been like, good for him. He aborted the damn mission before she made his life miserable. So anyway, I want to get my perspective on this. For one, there's this misconception, and I've come to the point where, men think they have women so well figured out. They think they know what women should want. They think they know what women should not want. They think they know what women should appreciate and what women should not appreciate. No different than you have a lot of these women out here who think they know and understand how men are. And they already have their own principles as to what men should want, what men should need, what men should desire. And the truth of the matter is, men would never truly understand women, and women would never truly understand men. Okay? We can only understand each other based off our own personal experiences. Men only have a general idea about women based off of their own experiences. Are they homeboys' experiences? Or there's somebody in a family, or seeing how the women in a family deal with men. You have a lot of men that generalize how women mentally operate based off of the type of women they have encountered or have heard about. Same thing with women. You have a lot of women that have an overall generalization of what they think men are based off of their own personal experiences, when the truth of the matter is, none of us 100% know the opposite sex like we think we do. But we will come on these YouTube streets and sit up here and drop all of these gems and give all of these narratives and theories on what we consider as good black men and good black women. And the truth of the matter is, none of us have all the answers, and you just have to decide what you yourself consider as a good black man or a good black woman. You cannot go by the opinions of what other people try to program into your mindset what's a valuable black man or a valuable black woman. So, nevertheless, the question lies, why Lori Harvey, Jezebel industry, the industry of the Jezebel, so you guys think, why does she have the audacity to walk away and break up with this high value man, this successful man, this handsome man, this talented man, why would Lori Harvey walk away from that? And there's various reasons. First of all, the problem a lot of us are failing to understand is we give these celebrities too much praise and worship service. It's so many of us who feel like we know these individuals based off of their roles in the movies they have played and won nominees for. You have a lot of individuals who think they know what type of man Michael B. Jordan is and what type of woman Lori Harvey is. There's already this assurance that we know what kind of individuals they are. And the truth is, nobody knows who Michael B. Jordan is behind his success. We don't know what's behind curtain number 2. We only know the Michael B. Jordan that he presents himself to be. Now, keep in mind, I met some men in my lifetime before I got married, men who were very successful, very driven, very ambitious, had manners, very polite, very courteous, know how to take a woman out and show her a good time. And underneath all of that, there was no chemistry, none whatsoever. Okay, no different than you have a lot of these beautiful women like Mariah Carey, Holly Berry, Jennifer Lopez with all this beauty and booty, yet we can't understand how these beautiful women keep having men who leave them. Okay, it's not like they're broke. Of course, these women are millionaires. It's not like they're ugly. These women still look very good. And it's not like other men don't find them desirable. But even with all of that, no one knows these women, unlike the men who have dealt with them. Jennifer Lopez has been married at least every bit of 5 or 6 times. But yet you will have men who will praise her because of how beautiful she is. She's Latina. She still looks great to be over 50. And they feel like because Jennifer Lopez is Jennifer Lopez, that any man who ends up with her should be honored to even be with her. Same thing with Mariah Carey. But even with Mariah Carey being very beautiful, stunning, and talented, even Nick Cannon ended up leaving her, and look how he downgraded, and he chose women that was way beneath the status of Mariah Carey, and Mariah Carey was his wife. That was somebody he could have had all of his children from. They could have continued to build a legacy, but even with all of her talent or all of her millions, he dealt with the real Mariah Carey behind closed doors. The bitch, the diva, the insecure, clingy, bipolar. Nobody really knew what Nick Cannon was dealing with. So a lot of people sympathize with Mariah Carey when he divorced her. Like, wow, out of all people, Mariah Carey, this beautiful, talented, songstress, why would he leave her? Same thing with Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown. Everybody looked at Bobby Brown like the villain, not knowing Whitney Houston was a piece of work. Same thing with Holly Berry, who we know has a reputation of never being able to stay in the same marriage for a significant amount of time. Keep in mind, it's not just celebrity relationships. Some of them have even been with people that were not celebrities who still couldn't deal with them. I remember when Jennifer Lopez was with the young average guy, Casper. Nobody knew who he was. And even he didn't want to deal with her bullshit. So it's not just high value men or celebrity men that can't deal with celebrity women. Average men couldn't deal with them either. And this is what y'all have to understand when it comes to some of these celebrity guys. Not every professional, successful, handsome guy, it does not mean he is good husband material or good relationship material. Now, I'm sure some of you guys have probably met a nice looking woman on a date, maybe a friend hooked you up, or maybe you met a woman running to her in the streets and you asked for her number and you want to check out on a date to get to know her and show her a good time. And as beautiful she is, from afar. Once you really got to know her and y'all had conversations, y'all went out a couple of times, you realize she's a beautiful woman and she's very attractive, but something about her, it's just not clicking. Y'all not connecting. Like that song, sorry, you're not my kind of girl. You're the kind of girl that a man dreams of. You know what that means? You know what I'm saying? Like, you a beautiful woman, but I'm just not connecting with you. You know what I mean? Sorry, you're not my type of girl. You know what I mean? And you nice and you're pretty, and I respect the fact you're independent. You make your own money. You got your own cars, but there's no chemistry there. And same thing. I've dated guys that were very polite before I got married, very well mannered, had very intellectual conversations, was very fun. But when he got serious and was trying to take the relationship to a next step, I'm like, I like you, but not on that level. You know, I don't mind us kicking it and having a good time, but I just knew, you know, something about him, maybe his clinginess, maybe his possessiveness, just something did not fit well with me. And I think this is what a lot of people are not understanding. Just because Michael B. Jordan is Michael B. Jordan, we know him as the actor. We know him as this talented, handsome guy on the red carpet. But behind closed doors, we really don't know this man. We don't know if he's possessive. And I'm just hypothetically speaking. I know nothing about him or Lori Harvey. But what I do know is not that all nice guys are not necessarily guys that women want to be in a relationship with, no more than women that are very beautiful or independent. Not all men are into certain women, even though they have the independence and the success that would be an asset to him, you know. And I think that is the part that a lot of people are totally disregarding. um Lori and Michael B. Jordan may have seemed as if they were hitting it off, and may have seemed as if, okay, Lori Harvey was ready to terminate her Jezebel lifestyle or Jezebel ways, and Michael B. Jordan, okay, he finally found a woman who he's really connecting with. We saw the glow in his face. We saw the happiness between the both of them. But somewhere, things were not all what it had appeared to be. And this is the reason why I don't idolize celebrities. I'd rather, if those celebrities are men or women, I don't idolize them, and I definitely don't idolize their relationship. There's no relationship goals, because everything is not what it looks like. And a lot of people are coming down on Lori Harvey as if they really know Michael B. Jordan. As a woman, there are some guys that are really handsome, very successful, very driven, and underneath all of that, some of these guys are very cocky, meaning that when y'all are out together, y'all having dinner together, he talks about himself more than he's even interested in you. Now, see, we don't know if Michael B. Jordan was one of those type of guys that was more into himself than he was Lori Harvey. Now, yeah, we seen paparazzi take pictures of them smiling and laughing like they had this wonderful chemistry. We were not there every conversation. He could be an arrogant guy who always talks about his career, always talk about what he wants to do in life, always talking about what he expects his future to be, having very little concern for what she wants in the future or what she would like to be. You have some guys that are very arrogant and they are full of themselves, just like there's some women are. So that could have been one of his problems. He could be an arrogant dude. Or you have some nice guys who, secondly, they just have no romance abilities. They lack romance. You would be surprised how many guys don't know how to keep a woman interested. Some guys are very predictable, very routine. They call you the same thing. They call you all the time the same way. What you doing today? What you want to do today? What you feel like doing today? Where you want to go eat today? What movie you want to go watch today? Instead of, him just taking initiative. Hey, I made reservations. I know you normally eat Chinese food, but I want you to try this Italian restaurant. I think you'll love it. It's one of my favorite spots. You have some men that are successful, but just as dull as a box of rocks. They have no spunk, they're not spontaneous. They look for you to lead in the romance all the time. Now, I'm not saying this is the case with all men. If it doesn't apply, you don't have to reply. We're just hypothetically coming up with our different analogies as to what possibly turned Lori Harvey off. Okay. So it could be successful guy. Guess what? A lot of successful men are boring as hell. Okay. All right. It is what it is. Every guy that wears a suit and expensive Armani shoes, underneath all of that, they are tired. When y'all out at these expensive, extravagant cuisine, diners, paparazzi taking a picture of y'all looking like y'all have a wonderful time. But in the back of your mind, you're like, I will be so glad when this goddamn filet mignon and lobster roll comes because I'm ready to leave this boring ass man. He's making me more dry than a box of crackers that's been sitting on top of the fridge for a month and a half. You have some successful men that are boring as hell. Okay. I've been out with simple guys who don't make a lot of money, but they knew how to make me laugh. And I ain't talking about no pookie like, below the rectum scale now. Not somebody who wants to meet you at a goddamn hot dog stand and y'all just stand there for 20 minutes having a conversation. But I'm saying I have went out to regular restaurants. Red Lobster is like a low budget 5-star, where the side chicks done messed up Red Lobster. So Red Lobster done lost its 5-star ratings because of that. But what I'm saying is, I've been out with guys who didn't take me to the most extravagant restaurants, but they wasn't so cheap. Like I said, they was, eating, standing in line at the soup kitchen at the Salvation Army. But we would go to decent places and their conversation that would just take away from the bland ass meal because they knew how to make me laugh. They knew how to chop up a conversation. They knew how to distract me from the atmosphere because they made it so interesting. Just being in their presence, just joking, but not not joking so much where it's a roast overkill to where his conversation isn't serious. You feel me? But I've met guys that I had more fun with just going to a coffee shop or going to a seafood buffet than I did guys who went to Ruth Chris, and not only was the steak dry as hell, but so was his conversation. So that could be another reason that he's successful. He's a high value man, but he's a boring ass high value man. The next thing is some of these nice guys, these high value squares, some of them are very possessive. We don't know if Michael B. Jordan, this high value man behind curtain number 2, he could be very possessive. Well, where are you going? Why didn't I hear from you today? I thought we was going to meet for lunch at 12, and here it is. It's 12:03, and you're just now calling me. We've been together for a long time, so I'm wondering, are we going to have something more fulfilling? Are you looking for something serious? You have some guys that are just very possessive, and I don't mean possessive just as in, knock you upside your head if he's running into you in the streets and see that you're out with your girlfriends and stuff like that. I'm not saying like a psychotic ass possessive. Possessiveness comes on different levels. You have some guys that are passive possessive. They're sweet, but their sickness, they're just so freaking annoying. I thought I was going to hear from you today. I thought we were going to go and have lunch. I didn't hear from you today. The last time me and you spoke, and I heard your voice, it was like 5 o'clock. Dude, it's only 6:30. You know what I'm saying? Even with all his confidence, he could be very clingy, very possessive. Some high value men are so high value to the point to where they feel like they have to be in control of everything. And because they're so used to being ambitious, they're so used to winning, they think they are supposed to have everything, even the woman they want. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but some women don't like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Again, we don't know Michael B. Jordan. We don't know if this man who has this confident, handsome black man swag, we don't know if the real Michael B. Jordan off the red carpet is the complete opposite of that. Could be, very insecure, because again, he's so used to being well respected, he wants his woman to feel the same way. Listen, Will Smith was a prime example of these high value men that are not all of what we think they are. Will Smith debunked that theory when he slapped Chris Rock. Will Smith, like Michael B. Jordan, had a clean cut reputation, no scandals, always been a well-to-do guy, and people did make a mockery out of him coming off as a better male because Jada Pinkett was always so domineering and the aggressor. But that one incident showed you that underneath this picture perfect high value man success was a troubled man, a broken man who was already on the edge. He was a ticking time bomb, and we saw his true colors through that whole occurrence with him and Chris Rock. And now it has everybody looking at him with the side eye. He will never have that clean cut, high value man reputation again. That is done. That is gone. And I think what made it worse for him is because he's been so clean. It had it been somebody like Kanye West, we would have accepted that. I don't think nobody would have been surprised. Like, oh, we know Kanye is the king of tantrums, of temper tantrums. We would have expected that. You're not going to expect that from men like Jay-Z. You're not going to expect him to, Jay-Z, to walk on the stage and slap the taste out of a man's mouth. We wouldn't expect somebody like Denzel Washington to do that. We wouldn't expect nobody like Morris Chestnut. Men that are known to have clean cut, cool, calm, collective demeanors. We don't expect that kind of behavior out of them. Like I said, Kanye West, yes, we used to seeing him spaz out. I can't name any other men in the industry that are just known to just flip, and just blow the lid off the container. You know what I mean? There's several of them like that, but y'all get what I'm saying. Same thing. Nobody knows that but Lori Harvey. Nobody has dealt with Michael B. Jordan in an intimate manner other than Lori Harvey. Now it's easy because Lori Harvey has always been known as the wild card. So it's easy to assume that she was the problem. And, that is the reason why the relationship did not work. Because again, we've seen a lot of her life has been publicly displayed. So it's easier to make an assumption that she's toxic or she doesn't know what she wants. And again, Michael B. Jordan, because he's laid back, he's cool, he's calm. We don't really know his flaws, his faults. We don't really know some of his personal hangups. You get what I'm saying? So it's easy for everybody to look at her with the side eye and, or quick to give him a pass or show him empathy. You also have some high value men that are way too driven. They want so badly to stay on top that they don't have time to have a healthy relationship. They don't have time to really dedicate themselves the right way to a woman that wants to be with them. This is one of the catch-22s when it comes to being with a high-value man, is that he's consistently busy. You're not going to always get his undivided attention, and it takes a strong woman that's supportive, who understands that if she wants to be with a successful man, she's going to have to be patient. She's going to have to allow him to continue to keep growing and building himself. If she wants to continuously see him be successful, that way the both of them can win. We don't know if Michael B. Jordan was one of those men. I mean, yeah, to us it looked like she was always getting his time. She was always getting his attention. We don't know if that was really the case. That could have been something else. That could have been an issue. And again, some nice guys are very aggressive. They want you to want what they want when they want it, which kind of finds into the alignment of possessiveness. But it's a different aspect, meaning they're very demanding. I remember I dated a nice guy one time. He was really nice. He was cool. We went out. We shared laughs, enjoyed each other's company. But over time, he was being he started getting demanding. Wanting to know, did I see us being together? How long did I see us staying together? And he would also do little things like, he always would try to display his affection for me. And I wasn't really comfortable with him on that level. And he was just doing too much. He was doing a lot to try to get me to like him. And truth is, I liked him, but I didn't like him in the manner in which he liked me. He wanted me to like him. I just liked him. I liked his company. I liked kicking it with him. He wanted us to be in a relationship. And the more he kept pushing it, the more turned off I became. Because I told him from the beginning, and women sometimes got to be honest, we can't mislead men and make them think we want something with them. And when they keep questioning us, you keep blowing them off, thinking he's going to get the picture. You can't mislead him. You got to tell him right off the muscle. So I ended up having to just, I had to stop talking to him and stop dealing with him. The few dinners and stuff we had and the time we would spend, he kept thinking something else was going to come out of it. You have guys who pressure you for sex. High value man pressures you for sex. He feels so many women are throwing panties at him. So many women desire him. Hell, you supposed to desire me too. Hell, you should want to give me some too. Listen, dude, just because you got all these other women out here checking for you and throwing the drawers at you and busting it open in front of you, that don't mean I'm trying to get down with you like that. You have some of these high value men, they get beside themselves. They get very ornery. Just like you have some of these women, and as I mentioned, these women like, Jennifer Lopez and Mariah Carey, all of these beautiful, stunning women who struggle with maintaining relationships and marriages. They have this sense of entitlement because of who they are and all of the fact that there are male fans who desire them or worship them. They think any man is supposed to worship them, and people who think like that, they will rub you the wrong way very easily. Again, we don't know what type of dude Michael B. Jordan is. We cannot look at Michael B. Jordan. We don't know him personally. We don't know if he's possessive. We don't know if he's jealous. Every time Lori Harvey probably was looking at a guy or talking to a guy. Again, we don't know the Michael B. Jordan. That's not the actor on the red carpet. He's probably, who's that guy? Why are you talking to him? Why are you, high value men, some of them, believe it or not, with all of this confidence they have, some of them are jealous. They only want the woman they want to want them. And because their ego has been boosted for so long, they feel like no other woman, you as their woman, you're not supposed to want anyone but them. And the moment they see you talking to another guy, if he's an actor or he's in industry, they automatically might feel some type of way. For instance, we know Lori Harvey is a very outgoing. She holds conversations with men, and we know she's very flirtatious. And who's to say he hasn't seen her flirt with a guy or two, and it made him feel some type of way. And it came off as possessive vibes. You know what I mean? Not saying it's right. I feel as a man, if you have a problem with your woman doing that, you should be able to express that to her, and she needs to respect that, or vice versa. Some women, on the other hand, they look at it as if you're trying to control them and regulate them. We don't know if Michael B. Jordan probably one of those dudes with all his handsomeness, with all his success, the fact that he's well dressed, and the fact that he's a millionaire. No one would ever even imagine him being possessive, him being jealous, him being insecure. None of us know this man to be sitting up here giving him too much empathy. On the other hand, I will also play devil's advocate. Lori Harvey, we cannot 100% just slide and give her a pass either. At the same token, she's one of those type of females that strike me as a type of female. She's going to keep playing the field until her time runs out. And what's going to end up happening is she's going to end up settling for something she don't want. Sometimes you can be too choosy and you can play the field too long, in which you keep passing up good people. And this is not to say or discredit and say Michael B. Jordan is a good man or not a good man, but I know sometimes when a man, a beautiful woman, or an attractive man is so used to having unlimited options, they never prepare for the day and the time in which they're not going to have those options. And they're going to have to end up settling. Sometimes you can be so picky in which you end up running out of options. Your options are limited and you end up settling. And hopefully that's not the case for Lori Harvey. That she doesn't keep passing up so many guys to the point she starts to get a certain age and she's not running into, she's not getting the same amount of attention from men as she's used to getting, because now she's older, the gravity, her body changes, we're not going to be fine and slim forever. And probably by the time she makes up her mind and she's ready to settle down, she may not very well be able to pick and choose the man she really wants, because she's played around so long. And you got grown men the same way. You have a lot of grown men who want to be bachelors, want to be players forever in a day, pass up good women, play on the emotions of good women who would have made good wife material, women who would come to their house and cook for them, women who will call and check on them. They so used to women, throwing themselves at them, and women desiring them. Just keep passing up women. I ain't ready to settle down. I ain't trying to be no husband. Just keep passing up women, because he thinks eventually when he's ready to settle down, he get any woman he want, only to find out that now he's stuck by himself, or he has to deal with a woman who's pretty much using him, taking advantage of him because she's young and pretty, and he doesn't want to get nothing old like him or whatever. He ends up settling, or he ends up just being stuck by himself. It's a chance that all of us take as men and women when it comes to how we treat people and how we move and how long we play mind games with people. Eventually, it's going to run out. It's going to come back to haunt you and catch up with you. And hopefully, Lori Harvey is not one of those women who thinks that she's going to find the perfect 10. You got some women who have a list of exactly what they want. And if a man misses one or two of those criteria, she writes him off. You have men who are the same way. A lot of men are being lied to, saying that they deserve to have a 10. When in actuality, some men are only qualified to have a 4. You have a lot of people, men and women, who have high expectations, and they don't even have all the requirements to desire those type of levels of expectations. So hopefully, Lori Harvey doesn't play around too long in which she ends up playing herself, because she's a very beautiful woman, but she has to realize looks do fade. You are aging, you're getting older, and you're going to look back and you may wish that you could have worked it out or tried that, at least, gave it some time to grow before you just wrote it off. Again, Michael B. Jordan, we do not know this man to be giving him all this praise and accolades like he is such a good man. He's such a good dude. How dare she not want him? How dare she not want to be with him? Everything is not what it looks like. You have a lot of beautiful women that are single for very good reason. You have a lot of beautiful women that are successful and still single for a very good reason. Same thing for a lot of these men out here. You have a lot of men who are successful when it comes to making money, who are successful when it comes to their career, who are successful when it comes to business, but they are truly unsuccessful when it comes to making a woman happy. They flunk in that area. And it is what it is. Because again, what I say, all of us are work in progress. We all ain't got it together. Either you're going to be a great husband, but a shitty ass career man, or a wonderful woman, or as far as being able to be career goal oriented, but you're not good wife material because you're so career driven to the point to where you don't know how to soften yourself as far as being submissive to your husband or to a companion, in which you can balance still being a career woman but yet still being, wife material. So I just thought it was imperative that I gave my analogy on this, because there's too many people that are giving praise and worship service to these celebrities, and you think because they look good, you consider them high value, or you consider this woman a 10 because she goes to the gym every day, she has a nice body, she's beautiful. But at the same token, when men get to know her, they find out underneath all that beauty, she's brain dead. She has a lot of brain surgery that needs to be done on top of all the surgery she has gotten in Brazil somewhere with the botched up ass booty job. So anyway, y'all, leave y'all comment below. Let me know what y'all think about this. Do y'all think that Michael B. Jordan is this really high value, spotless, got it well together type of man? Do you think that Lori Harvey seen something in him like, oh, I don't know about this, I'm starting to see some red flags, I don't think I'm going to continue with this? Or do y'all feel like Lori Harvey is just one of those women that's going to keep playing the field till she plays her damn self? So anyway, before y'all leave, please make sure y'all hit that like button. Please share, subscribe. I'm telling y'all, y'all rock. I'm over 4,000 subscribers. Continue to keep sharing and liking the video. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all do that before y'all exit. For Father's Day this month, usually my cable is $25 a month. I got a special going all the way until Monday. Monday only. Your cable will only be $20 a month, 9,000 channels, free pay-per-view events. That includes all the NBA, NFL, all the sports packages, free pay-per-view events. Your contract with me will only be $20 a month, 9,000 channels, stars, HBO, you name it, I got it. So if you're interested in getting our hookup, please hit me up, y'all. Don't forget to buy my hair oil. Don't forget I got beard oil for the men as well. Father's Day special, I'll be doing $6 a bottle on the beard. I can also do a beard oil gift basket as well for $12. So y'all hit me up. I got some wonderful things that I would like to share with y'all other than my content. So y'all be blessed, and I'll be hollering at y'all soon. Take care.